Welcome to Ball Talk Deep, where we talk deep about ball. I'm Jordan Irwin, back at it again. Don't forget to drop a like, a sub, and a comment at the end of the video. We post 5 times a week. And game 2, man. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals was some shit.
It's like, bro, what didn't happen in that game, man?
Yeah.
Shit. Obviously, everybody's going to be talking about the alley-oop, Pandemic P showing his ugly face again. And I'm not talking about Paul George's ugly face, even though I am talking about Paul George, but not his face.
I feel bad for Paul George right now, man.
It's like...
he deserves the slander he's getting for missing those 2 free throws, but at the same time, like... He doesn't. He kept them in the game. He's the reason why this Clippers team has been able to hold up.
I remember we were watching the game and I was telling you, because Paul George, before that free throw, I think he made his first 3 of the game.
Yeah.
Late there in the fourth quarter. I was saying,
he was off the whole time.
Playoff P really is back. I mean, he wasn't having a good shooting night. He stepped up in the fourth quarter, like he said. He was keeping them in the game, and then those free throws. He didn't miss one. He missed twice.
Yeah. And I just kept thinking, like, there's no way he's going to miss 2 free throws. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and then when you miss...
it made no sense.
And then when he missed the second one, you were speaking for all Clippers fans, the 5 that exist, and the rest of the bandwagoners. When they missed, it was like, fuck! Yeah. He took the shot off. He didn't have the shot in time, but that last 3 that he shot after the Ayton alley-oop, like, it was close. It was close. It hit the rim, like, just at the tip. Not
it was
close
a little
enough.
Short. Yeah, but I was like, oh shit, it was an accurate 3, and I was like, made that on time.
The fact that
saved his ass.
Because Batum, he had to throw the ball all the way because the Clippers didn't have no timeout from one end of the court to the other. The fact that they were able to execute it so well to the point that even Paul George had a chance, maybe, that's good enough. I mean,
that's true.
Not good enough, obviously, but that was impressive in itself. But,
no, this game 2 was everything, because before the game started, I tweeted, we're getting robbed not having Kawhi and CP3 on the floor. And I still stand by that. But we got one hell of a game, and even without them, like Booker, Ayton, PG, Reggie, like... They're keeping their teams entertaining, and then fucking every once in a while you got someone that comes out of the blue like Cameron Payne for game 2 that just rises.
I would disagree that he came out of nowhere, because Cameron Payne throughout the whole playoffs, and Suns fans, you guys will probably tell me this throughout the regular season as well. And I said this in the preview. Payne is he's proven that he's more than a capable backup for CP3.
But he had a career high for game 2.
No, I mean, but what I'm saying is that not necessarily that he came out of nowhere. That obviously.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like he's the reason they won the game. I mean,
no.
Obviously, Ayton is the reason they won the game, but he's the reason they won the game.
Yeah, obviously, him and Ayton stepping up definitely helped out as well.
Yeah. And speaking of Ayton, I still stand by this. I also tweeted, we witnessed the best alley-oop of all time tonight, and I really, really think so. Someone said, you got too much dip on your chip. LOL, Kobe to Shaq in 2000 game 7 for the Western Conference Finals.
That actually does have a point right there, man.
Nah.
Is still.
I went to go, when he tweeted that, I went and I watched that clip again. Just to be like, okay, let me check that. And I even delivered a whole paragraph. And I said, just rewatched it. And I don't think so, because here's why I think this alley-oop we witnessed last night was the greatest. When you consider the timing, the clutchness, and the technicality put together, because the Suns were down.
Yeah.
It won the game. It was the game-deciding dunk. And honestly... Yes, they got a little bit of time after, but like when we saw it in real time, it was it. It was it.
Shit, that was hard to believe.
They had less than 1 second to execute that. I think it was 0.7 when Ayton had left on the clock to make that alley-oop. Mm-hmm. The assist had to be perfect because it was from inbound. Unlike that Kobe Shaq dunk, that was in the game. And the assist was perfect. And then the dunk itself was just so quick and clean. Like, bro, like, when it happened, it was just like, what the fuck? Like, that, Crowder just shot that up, and then Ayton just like it was literally point A to point B, the quickest fucking alley-oop I've probably ever seen, or one of the quickest ones I've ever seen.
One of my favorite shots regarding that would be like the pick that they have with the front pick. That it's like when Deandre Ayton just caught it and he's like, bam, about to put it down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And when it comes to that, I mean, but that's a strong. He does have a good point. That's
because the Lakers one, they were up by a few.
Still, man.
It was still, I think, like 40-something seconds left on the clock.
Okay.
Now I'm like, hey, it was good.
That's a strong case, though, because, okay, even, like, that was in 2000. I still hear that in my head. But then again, I was older than you at that. And you were, like, 7 or 6, and I was already 10 or 11 when that happened. And it's like, Kobe to Shaq! Ah! And then, like, Shaq's doing, like, he looks like
I think that's what makes it super memorable. He's like, he's pointing up and everything. Yeah.
Like that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, regarding this one, what happened with the Suns, yes, it's more unbelievable in the sense like you were telling me 1 second. The assist was and even though in this one as well, we had the bang from one of the announcers as well. We'll see. It's definitely right up there. It was
too perfect. Like Crowder's pass, I think one of the best things about that assist is Crowder's pass, because with 0.7 seconds on the clock, if Crowder passed it up too high, or like even regardless whether he had to get it right or not, just so Ayton can get the ball. Mm-hmm. It's like if it was too high or too far, just think about how much time could be spent grabbing the ball, and if Deandre Ayton didn't catch it in enough time to put it in the basket with just 0.7 seconds left, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to like, no, that shit was like the basket's here and the ball literally gets passed right above the basket, and all Ayton had to do was just like just. I don't know, man. That when you consider all the factors,
it was a.
I really do think we might have witnessed the best alley-oop of all time right there.
But
which who would have thought?
No, who would have thought, man? Nobody would have thought that. But taking the alley-oop to the side, okay, the Suns right now they're up 2-0. So what do you think, Andrade? Does that change your prediction? For this series.
Look, man,
whether Kawhi comes back or not, or CP3 comes back or not.
My biggest takeaway from Game 2, and like I said before, like Game 2 is usually the deciding factor of where a series is gonna go. I really walked away from that game like, okay, the Suns are the real deal. Like not just this, it's like everything building up to that game, but that game, kind of like pushed me over the fence. Like I remember just as soon as the game ended, I was like, okay, Phoenix really might win the championship this year. Like regardless who they face in the East, and it's just like the way they play. It's just great basketball. Coach fucking great. Yeah, he's just great fucking like
this was an
plays and just adapting really well.
The Clippers definitely could have stole this game. For the fans that you might tell me in the comments, see, I told you guys we don't need CP3. No, you guys do need CP3 if you guys are going to win the championship, because throughout that whole game, the Suns were playing a little bit sloppy with the way how they were passing the ball. It kind of looked a little bit chaotic.
It's why the Clippers also stayed within the game.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important to have your floor general, one of your leaders in that team, to be able to calm you guys down and get to the proper flow of the offense.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. But the good thing is, it seems like CP3 is about to come back a lot sooner than Kawhi.
Yeah, I know, man. I try to do research on what's happening with Kawhi, and they're really keeping everything like on the DL with Kawhi's injury, except the fact that it's a knee, and it's just like.
And usually, if they're keeping it quiet, it might seem that their fears are true.
It might be a little long, yes, but part of me is like, you know what? Maybe they're just doing it because they're gonna surprise us and be like, all right, he's ready for Game 3. I don't know. I think I'm just being hopeful at that point.
I mean, shit, man. I'll tell you this, man. If Kawhi doesn't come back, I told you this before, bro.
I don't know if playoff P has it in him to just pull it out.
Last year, we had the down 3-1 Nuggets, and I know this is doesn't relate at all to the Suns, but I would say the Clippers. They're the equivalent of the down 3-1 Nuggets with being the down 2-0 Clippers. They're back not once, but twice.
And here's the thing with both games, especially Game 2. Like last series, when they were down 0-2 with the Jazz, I was still confident in the Clippers because I told you like, hey, both games were close, and that says a lot when it comes to these Clippers, because it's like if it's keeping it close, then that means they just gotta figure shit out to just win the next couple of games. Same thing happened in Game 2, and I'm just curious but now I'm not sure because this Suns team is a better team than the Jazz team. I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that they don't have CP3 and then CP3 is coming back probably by game 3 if not game 4, like I don't know, man. Although I love the coaches are killing it right now. I'll tell you, they are killing it.
I will tell you this, man. I'm still standing by. I'm still gonna have the Suns winning the series. However, if CP3 comes back in Game 3, we could be looking at a potential sweep or a potential 5-game gentleman sweep. If Kawhi
I think at most it would be 5. I don't think this is gonna be Suns in 4. I think PG is gonna come back and redeem himself from the slander that he's getting today.
It's good that the Clippers come back. It's good that the Clippers come back home. As we saw right now, Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in this postseason right now to be able to adjust. He's gonna be able to do some adjustments.
And like I said, this playoffs is proving how good Ty Lue is. These playoffs are also proving how good Monty Williams is. Like,
definitely.
I'm telling you, I think we're witnessing a great chess match right now between the coaches. And I forgot who said it, but it's very true. Like, one thing that we're witnessing with this series is how these coaches believe in their whole, like, a lot of their players, because they're drawing up plays for players that, especially down the line, that aren't the stars. Like for Clippers, it was Lou Kennard that, like,
oh, he's really good.
He had a not just but he had a mid range. I think it was a floater at some point in the last minute or two that kept the Clippers close, and it's like, and that's when the comment was brought up, and I was like, no, yeah, that's true. Good point. Because these guys sink shots that these plays are designed for them as opposed to like the Bookers and the PGs of the team.
I mean, I would hope they're paying Kennard more than $15 million a year. They better fucking write up a play, man. If not, what the fuck? He's probably in the bench.
No, true.
But anyways,
how'd you like about Patrick Beverley though? I told you, man, that boy steps up.
He's annoying as fuck.
He is annoying as fuck. I was a little worried he took Booker down, and I was like, oh shit. But
yeah, man. But
he didn't do it on purpose. That you saw the replay. That was just a weird ass like.
I was just talking shit.
Headbutt coincidence, yeah. And shout out to the Suns, man. Like, even though Devin Booker did not have a great game for Game 2, this game also proved how as a whole and how versatile the Suns team is playing this year. And everybody will step up, and fucking Ayton, Booker, and Payne scored 20 plus points. Although I don't know if Payne's gonna score another almost 30-point game just from
we'll see
when Booker's not having a game.
We'll see what happens, man. That's the good thing about having home court. Your role players stepped up. Cameron Payne stepped up.
And that's what I'm hoping happens with the Clippers in Game 3. They got home court advantage.
No, you don't.
The
Suns have home court advantage throughout the series.
No, I'm talking about for Game 3.
Yeah.
And, like, the supporting cast for the Clippers are stepping up. Like, even though they lost, like, last night, you saw Jackson, Beverly, Zubac, fucking Kennard, like, everyone. Even Man was scoring. Earlier on, Man was scoring threes, and I was like, oh, shit.
He had a decent game.
This is... Yeah,
he wasn't gonna pop off.
I thought he was maybe gonna pop off because he had some good points early on, and then he didn't pop off the way I wanted him to. But I still think, there's some. I think we're gonna have some more surprising performances in the Clippers team, and even without Kawhi, I still think they'll win Game 3.
Okay, that's definitely a real possibility.
Yeah. If they win Game 3, then it gives me more hope. Like, okay, Clippers are gonna get back into this.
But guys, we would love to hear it in the comments what you guys have to think. Clippers fans, you think the series is over? You guys are gonna be able to tie it up? You guys still think you're gonna be able to win it? Yo, Suns fans, they're gonna be Suns in 4 again, or what?
There's no way.
Or is it gonna be 5 games or 6 games? We'd love to hear it. Either way, appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. Catch us on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and all podcast streaming platforms. We'll catch you guys soon. For now,
Take care.